All right, guys, I'm actually going to show you how to use the Translate piece for this PowerPoint. The one thing, probably the easiest thing sorry, I have all this stuff open here, so I'm going to show you a couple things. The easiest thing to do is either email or share the PowerPoint with the student. And so if it is emailed to him, like I got it from my email that Darcy sent me, then he can simply open it up. It's going to open. I actually already have it opened. And he's got his stuff. I'm going to move this up right here. So I'm looking here at this first part of the PowerPoint, the welcome slide. I'm going to go over here to this review button, and you'll notice there's a translate button right here. So I'm going to click translate, and then I'm just going to because I've worked in here, the first time he does it, it will ask him to pick what he wants it to translate to, which will be Spanish. He doesn't have to insert it. The nice thing about your PowerPoint is if you click on a text box and then he just goes Control A, you're going to notice over here it automatically is going to translate. So the next text box, and I try to show this to him, but you might have to coach him on it. Control A, again, it immediately translates that. So now I can go over here and I'm going to look at the next slide. Let's say you have this up on the screen. If you're going over, I want to see what you're going over here. I'm going to go I click there, Control A. It selects everything. Now, I could insert if he wanted to. He can replace everything. So if he wants to go back to it later, that's also an option. So let's say here, Control A, he wants to replace it. It's as easy as inserting, and then he would need to file save it so that he could use it for studying later. So that is probably the second step you're going to want to show him is he has to click on the text box. He has to Control A, and then it translates. If he wants to, for later, just for studying, he can insert that in there. And so he can make sure he can go back and read over those notes. He's got to make sure to file, save that, and then replace it each time if he's working on it multiple days so that he has it to study with. So that's a great option for him. One other thing, if you're handing him out notes or something in PowerPoint, not in PowerPoint, in Microsoft Word, I'm going to open up a Word document. So here's a Word document I have on my computer. Now, if I want, let's say my teacher has given this to me. I want, as a student, to translate it. So if I go here, translate document, it says Spanish. I'm going to click OK. I've already actually translated it and it opened on a separate document, but I'm going to show you how this works again. So here is my new document. It did change up some of the spacing, but the content has been translated to the best most effective degree. And then he could file save it and have that for later. Now, one other option is, and I know y'all have used some Google Translate, if I do a new document, and let's say I'm trying to talk with him or I want him to type a question in, he types in a Spanish question, how do I do that? Question mark. Again, you can hit review, translate a selection or translate a document if I just want a selection. All I have to do is highlight that. Oops, there we go. And it automatically is going to translate that. So you could communicate with each other very quickly. It does that in real time. I can also type in the box. How is that correct? And it will give you kind of an automatic translation as well. So there's a lot of really cool stuff you can do with these two translating pieces. They both function in the same way from the review button on PowerPoint and from the review button on Word. So hopefully that will help you guys out and help the kids out. I showed it to Ulysses. Jimmy helped me. It was really fast, so he's probably going to need some help. One other thing you might need is this read aloud button if you're here.
How do I do that?
I don't know if you could hear that because I don't know that this Screen-O-Matic gives you audio, but it actually, you can see how it reads. If I put my cursor right there and click read aloud.
How do I do that?
So if you have things that you need read to him in English and or Spanish, let's say you've got a document that might be laborious for him to try to read through, but you want him to get the content, give it to him in English, let him translate it, and then he can have it read aloud to himself. So lots of really great tools, not just for him, but possibly for your students who maybe have 504 needs as well. So call me. I have T-test training tomorrow, so I can't necessarily, I'm kind of not stuck, but I need to be with them all day. So call me if you have questions, or text me, and as soon as I can get out of the meetings, I'll give you a call back. And then Friday I'll be around in the morning helping some teachers with some other things on campus. But hopefully this helps our students have some access to that content, which is the most important thing. So thanks, guys.